1 of the doubleheader. The Royals built a big 5-0 lead against Philly Hughes, but the Twins would rally to get to within 5-4, eventually falling 6-4. They are now 6-1 against Kansas City this year. And Twins baseball on Fox Sports North is presented by State Farm. And Alberto Mejia is back from Rochester and back on the bump for the Twins today. He'll face Ian Kennedy as the Twins will look to split this traditional doubleheader. Welcome inside Target Field on a murky Sunday afternoon. We go back-to-back with Twins baseball, just a half an hour in between games as Minnesota looks for the split, and Alberto Mejia gets the ball. Now, he's thrown 3 games for the Minnesota Twins this year and got better in the last 2, including 10 strikeouts within those games. But control has been a problem, and he has now been looking to improve that in his time in Rochester. He'll get another shot today, and earlier today we talked to Twins manager Paul Molitor about this opportunity.
Alberto, you know, he had a really nice spring, and he found his way into the rotation. And not untypically, a young guy who maybe tried to do a little bit too much as the season started to maybe support and affirm the decision that we made to get him in there. And he's gone down there and tried to do a better job of trusting his stuff in the zone. We know he can throw it over. It's just a matter of him not trying to throw too hard and just focus on, you know, fastball command and getting ahead, and then he can use his change and break and pitch.
The Twins and the Royals are ready to battle in game number 2 of this traditional doubleheader. And up next, Dick Bramer and Torrey Hunter take a look at Mejia and the Twins as they get ready, trying to find a way to split this doubleheader.
Twins baseball on Fox Sports North is presented by Toyota. Tested, trusted, Toyota. Toyota, let's go places. By CenturyLink, connecting you to the power of the digital world. By Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. And by Jeep. Test drive a Jeep brand vehicle at the Drive and Discover event going on now. A quick turnaround for the final game of the series in the homestand. The Twins hope to win this series with a win in the second game of the doubleheader. Dick Bramer and Torrey Hunter with you for the final game of this doubleheader. And for the Minnesota Twins, Miguel Sano's had a very destructive impact on the Kansas City Royals. Another big hit again today, and he's in the lineup today in Game 2.
Well, he should be. I mean, his bat is on fire, and when he knows he's playing against the Kansas City Royals, he brings the bat out of the rack. And this guy's, man, been so hot. And whenever you feel like you're in the funk and you know you're going to play the Kansas City Royals, I'm pretty sure Sano jumps to the lineup, and he comes to the plate with power, and he's driving balls all over the place. And you know, the confidence level goes up when you're hitting against a team like the Royals. He's hitting over 500, 3 home runs, 17 ribbies. He has 32 ribbies, 34 ribbies or something like that, and he's had half his RBIs is against the Royals.
Royals won the first game. They should have won the first game because they hit 4 home runs in Game 1.
Man, I mean, Phil Hughes left a lot of pitches out over the plate. This is an aggressive ball club. They're swinging the bats, and he throws a lot of strikes. So I'm pretty sure they came out with a game plan of let's swing the bat, boys, because this guy doesn't walk anybody, and he throws a lot of strikes. And Brandon Moss had a great game today, 2 home runs. A great offensive day for Brandon Moss, and got some good pitches to hit, and he hit for power.
Twins were able to add another player, and it's the starting pitcher, Adalberto Mejia, trying to keep the Royals in the yard. Unable, however, to add another announcer. You're stuck with Torrey Hunter and Dick Bramer for Game 2.
It's truth.
Well, the Twins take the field, hoping to get a split of this doubleheader and hoping to end up with a 500 homestand. And Lorenzo Cain and the Royals winning the first game, their first win in 7 tries against the Twins.
Good to have Mejia back.
There's already been one change I can see from the lineup we were given. You'll look at Mejia. But Brian Dozier was not in the lineup that we were given, or just handed for that matter, yet Brian Dozier's out there at second base. So bear with us here if we get a little mixed up in terms of who is available to play or not. Now, Paul Molitor had a little meeting just 10 seconds ago with the umpires, but A-Ray Adrianza was originally scheduled to play second base, and Brian Dozier is out there now. So here's what we believe to be the Kansas City Royal batting order. Alcides Escobar, Lorenzo Cain, Eric Hosmer, Salvador Perez, Jorge Bonifacio, Jorge Soler, Chris Cuthbert, Raul Mondesi, and Drew Butera.
Raul Mondesi played against his dad.
You're old, man. You had me born in 1942 in game 1. I'm going to be all over you in game 2.
You were born in 1956. Twitter has spoken. Well, it's good to have Mejia back, man. He went down to AAA, kind of worked on some things, and you know, one thing that I told him before he left and went down to AAA was, you know, just know that you can go out, you can pitch with anybody. I know he faced like a big name guy with Detroit, like Ian Kinsler. Whenever he faced a guy with a name, he kind of tried to overthrow him, and so it's for him to kind of get over the hype of the big leagues. And I think he went down there and changed the mindset.
Northland for defense for the Twins. Kepler in center, flanked by Grossman and Rosario. Adrianza in the lineup we were just handed him 2 minutes ago was in at second base. And Polanco was at short, but now it's Adrianza out there at short. Dozier's at second. Vargas Escobar, the corner infielders. Sano DHing, and Jimenez behind the plate. Alcides Escobar facing Adalberto Mejia. And the first pitch up and away, ball 1. Here's Dozier trying to get stretched out here. I don't know if there's a reason that Polanco isn't in the lineup other than the fact that he was never intended to be in there in the first place.
Yeah, they're probably trying to get him some rest. He comes ready to play every day. You know, they had a double hitter a couple of days ago, and
there's a strike, 2-1.
I think he played in both games, right?
Yep.
So you kind of give him a little break if you can.
Escobar, Cain, and Hosmer, and a 2-1 count from Mejia. On the ground to Dozier, who's at second base. 1 away.
Mejia had some really nasty stuff, man. 94, 95 mile-an-hour fastball. He comes right after you with a good slider, changeup. He's going to pitch in the big leagues. He's going to be here for a long time.
3 prior starts, but just 9 1/3 innings, as you alluded to. He just kind of got overwhelmed, and moments got the better of him rather than the other way around.
Yeah, definitely.
On the ground to Adrianza, and a couple of ground ball outs, and Mejia's off to a good start.
And it's all about just, you know, being comfortable in the big leagues. And he goes down there and they tell him, hey, man, you don't have to overthrow. Just go out there and execute your pitch. And his stuff is so nasty, he doesn't have to overthrow anything. But when he gets a big name at the plate, I think he overdo it. And I think his mindset has changed right now.
2 down. Here's Eric Hosmer. Mejia was supposed to pitch the ball game yesterday. Of course, it was washed out and was given the second game here today because the Twins have that flexibility. He could not have been named the 26th player and pitched in the first game. He was only available to be added to the roster as a 26th man for the second game.
For the second game, yeah, okay.
1 strike to Hosmer. And strike 2.
So can we have a third man in the booth?
We can. I checked. And I went over to the press box and I didn't find anybody that I thought our viewers would want to hear from. So it's just you and me, pal.
So we couldn't call anybody up from a lower level?
I'm afraid to do that for Mejia's case. If he pitches well, he's going to stay up here. I don't want that. I don't want him to call an announcer up from AAA because he might never leave. 1-2 to Hosmer. Dribbler, and Mejia can't get there, cutting across Escobar, and a head first slide for Hosmer, and he gets another single. Just a dribbler off the end of the bat.
Yeah, I think they say that pitchers are the best athletes on the field. He actually threw the ball. He couldn't really get out there. He just kind of swatted at it and reached for it. That was pretty funny. And Hosmer with the head first slide. The head first slide is tough, man. I hate for Hosmer to, you know, I've seen a lot of guys get injured for that. The only time is you should do that, kids, is when you're trying to avoid a tag or avoid running to the first baseman.
And Mejia back on that outside corner. Strike one to Salvador Perez. He hasn't been quite as destructive to the Twins as Sano has been to the Royals, but he did hit his third home run of the year against the Twins to get the scoring started for Kansas City in the second inning this afternoon. Nice block by Jimenez, 1-1. So we can clarify one thing, that Brian Dozier was always supposed to start game 2 at second base and Adrianza at short. So there's no medical reason or other reason why Polanco's not in the lineup. It's just someone was sent the wrong lineup. So that is a bit of a relief. And there goes a drive to left. Perez has hit another one against the Twins.
Really?
Just a little infield hit getting him to the plate with a man aboard, and then he clobbers another long ball.
He got a changeup out over the plate and right in his wheelhouse, and he was able to put it out of the park. So the Royals draw first blood. Here's that changeup. He threw it up and away, able to get extended on it. Kept that head down and drove the ball out left center field.
Base is empty, 2 runs in, and here's Bonifacio, and he lifts it foul over the Twins dugout. Bonifacio hit a home run into the bullpen with a man aboard in game 1. On the ground sharply, backhanded. Adrianza comes up firing. Fine play to Vargas to end the inning. A scratch single and a long home run by Perez, and Kansas City's off to another quick start. Has already designated hit his team into a 2-run lead. A 2-run home run to left, his 4th against the Twins, and Paul Molitor will have to try to dig himself and his team out of a little hole again. It's kind of been the story of this homestand. Twins haven't played with the lead much. Here is the Menards batting order for the Twins. Brian Dozier leading things off. Then Robbie Grossman, Miguel Sano, Max Kepler, Kenny Vargas, Eddie Rosario, Eduardo Escobar, Chris Jimenez, and A-Ray Adrianza. Veteran Ian Kennedy back off the disabled list, had a hamstring strain, and those are his numbers, and he's not used to getting run support.
Oh yeah, man. But he has great stuff, man. He's come from the Yankees with I think Arizona, and now he's with the Royals. Has a sneaky fastball. about 93 miles an hour, but I'm telling you, it plays 96. I faced this guy a ton. Has a good changeup, good curveball, slurve, or whatever you want to call it. And he hits his spots.
Dozier got a couple of hits in game one, both singles. And in the dirt, 2-1.
That's a nasty curveball. It broke pretty hard, downward, sharp. 12-6, man. That's whew. Hopefully he throws Dozier a fastball inside and he can hit it.
3-1. With Grossman on deck. Popped up and it's back and out of play.
It's that fastball. He just missed that fastball that Dozier likes. He had to throw a strike right there, 3-1 pitch. Kind of left that out of the plate. I know Dozier wish he can take that back.
And he takes a leadoff walk. That's hardly how Kennedy wanted to start his day.
They say 75% of the time leadoff walk scores a run. Let's see if that's true.
Kennedy faced the Twins twice earlier this year. Take a look at the Northland Ford defense for the Royals. Bonifacio's in left, Canes in center, Solaire's in right, Cuthbert, Escobar, Mondesi just activated before the game. Hosmer at first and Butera behind the plate. Here's Robbie Grossman in a home run here on Friday night. Inside, ball one.
Kennedy misses last start. Had an injury to a hamstring, and so he's probably trying to find his rhythm right now because he usually throws strikes.
And fouled back, 1-1. Back on April 5th, second game of the year, Kennedy pitched for the Royals, went 5 innings, gave up 3 earned runs, took the loss, gave up 5 walks to the Twins in 5 innings. Then he faced them in in Kansas City, went 5 1/3, only walked 2, only gave up 2 hits. And the Twins ended up winning that ball game as well, left with a 3-2 lead. One and one.
Look for Dozier to steal right here. I always like to steal with even counts. 1-1, 2-2 off speed counts.
Inside, taken for ball 2. Twins took 5 walks in losing game 1, and that has been the main reason why this Twins team won 6 of the first 7 games, because of all the walks issued. Now Dozier started this game with a walk. And Grossman follows with a blast to right center field.
Run.
Tie game.
That's beautiful. He got all that fastball.
And Dozier's walk, like so many of them in this season series, comes with a price.
75% of leadoff walks scores. Did I say that earlier?
Yes, you did.
Just wondering. Fastball down the middle. This guy really likes the fastball middle end, and he hit that out of the park. Showed a little muscle right there. See ya.
2 apiece, and now here's Sano. Up and in, ball 1. It's not just the walks, of course. If you're struggling throwing strikes, you find yourself in hitters counts, and you take more aggressive swings when it's in your favor, right?
Oh yeah.
Sano with a big swing and a miss.
Most of your hitters counts, of course, is 3-1, 2-1, 2-0. You know, if I can get ahead of you, you know, that builds my confidence up, and I know I can take at least one free swing of swinging hard.
Sano takes one high, and it's 2-1.
That's a changeup, so
not intentional.
But for Kennedy, 13 pitches, only 5 strikes, and one of them ended up 420 feet from home plate. 2-1. Kennedy, the one Kansas City pitcher that's given Sano fits. He's just 1 for 11 against him, but the one was a home run.
1 for 11. Maybe because he has a great curveball.
Well, a rough start for Ian Kennedy.
He doesn't look like he's comfortable right now.
Looking at about 8 different directions. You know, he's looking here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah, he's kind of, his mechanics is, yeah, his body's going everywhere. I mean, you don't know where his ball's going. Up and in, far in, away, down. It's all over the place. Just has to find a rhythm. Of course, we don't want him to find a rhythm, but
I'll jump on him before he finds some rhythm. Here's Kepler hitting cleanup. Kepler with a couple of hits and a walk earlier today. Squaring and taking inside, ball 1.
Wow, not bad. They put a shift on like that. But you know what's good about showing a bunt? He can show a bunt right there, and the guy runs in, and now look where he's playing. He's on the grass. All you got to do is poke a ball right by him. You get a hit.
Strike.
The third baseman is now on the grass. He was playing a little deeper earlier. There it is right there. He's on the grass and just hit a high chopper right by him.
He's missing, and at times badly.
Yeah. Can't find that arm slot. Haven't been out there in a while. You're a little rusty. But we better get him before he finds it.
See, that breaking ball was 1.5 feet from the strike zone.
Yeah, he's just not feeling it. I mean, the weather could be a part of it. Him coming off the disabled list today could be a part of it. Just first time really on the mound in game situation. And he just can't find a grip on that curveball, the fastball.
He's already walked Dozier and Sano. Now it's 3-1 to Kepler. A deep drive to right field. Back is Soler. 4-2 Twins.
Bye-bye. Nice swing by Kepler. Way to go, Kep.
Another hitter's count and another 2-run home run.
Keep it going. Kepler got a pitch middle in, the one he loves. Sano.
Finally throws a strike, and it's center cut.
Fastball didn't do much. It just stayed in the zone. He was able to drive that ball out of the right field park. Sounded good.
Well, the Twins were out homered in game 1, 4-0.
The ball was hit high.
Yeah, most of Kepler's home runs are line drives.
Yeah, he never really hit high, long fly balls out of the park. He hits line drives.
So we'll get the launch angle for you because you brought it up. Now we'll get the launch angle and the exit velocity and all of that.
I want to see it.
Here's Vargas taking strike 1.
Vargas, you got to get you a punch in too.
Swing and a foul, 0-2.
Well, he tried to. Now this is where you get 2 strikes. You got to calm yourself down and do less to try to get more.
2 strikes. And now a ball.
There you go. Always remember when they come in like that with the fastball up and in, usually setting up the next pitch. There it is.
On the ground, Escobar swung over to the right side, picks and fires 1 away, and that'll bring up Rosario. Kennedy had a nightmarish start, control issues, and 2 long balls already. But now he's got it out, and he'll go after Rosario.
I can tell you Rosario's looking for a fastball right now, first pitch. All you're going to see is smoke in his shoes. He's swinging. Smoke.
He got an off-speed pitch, and he took it for ball 1.
And he should. He's looking for that fastball. And I'm pretty sure Ian Kennedy knew that he was going to throw off speed because he knows that Rosario wants the fastball, so he threw it off speed the first pitch. He's thinking like me.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a bad thing.
High fastball, and we've seen the fastball from Kennedy 88, 89 miles per hour. There's just not that zip on it that we've seen in the past.
His hamstring could pretty much still be bothering him because he's not getting that push off the mound.
Tap to the right side. Hosmer with an easy play, 2 down.
When you have issues with your legs, man, as far as hitting and pitching, your legs play a big part in your game. And if you have an injury to your legs, you can't really use them to swing. When you have injury to your leg, you can't use it to throw the balls. So,
and it was his right hamstring, his push off leg, so you can understand why maybe things, his foundation, if you will,
yes.
Will not sure of it yet. Here's Escobar. Down and away, ball 1. Escobar struck out to end the game 45 minutes ago. And now another ball taken, 2-0. Entered the game as a pinch hitter in the 7th inning, hitting for Vargas, right-handed, and then wouldn't you know it, the game turned around and it ended with Escobar hitting left-handed against Herrera. And Hosmer has another easy play. Twins with 3 groundouts, but after a couple of walks and a couple of home runs, and the Twins are out in front, 4-2. Home run already. Grossman tying the game, Kepler with the home run, and here's the specifics you wanted.
Head speed is 102. This is 374.
Launch angle of 38 degrees.
What does that mean?
That means he hit it higher, which is, you brought it up. Most of his home runs are line drive outs or line drives, and he hit that high fly ball. It had a higher launch angle off the bat.
Okay.
You ever play any golf?
Yeah, it's an 8-iron.
Yeah, it's an 8-iron.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, just say that next time.
Forget all this, specific, new math in baseball. He hit it like an 8-iron.
Yeah.
Baseball announcers have been doing that for 100 years.
Yeah. Keep it simple, stupid.
Up and away, and now Mejia, who gave up 2 runs, has been given a 2-run lead, and now he walks the first man he faces after the 2-run lead. Let's find Kevin Gord.
Yeah, guys, time for our car soup scoop from the clubhouse. Talk to Brian Dozier about this traditional doubleheader. He loves the idea, specifically with the travel to Baltimore. Paul Molitor reflected on the doubleheader the other night, which was not a traditional doubleheader. He said it was a godsend to see the pitching, specifically from Jose Barrios, to only have to use 3 guys from the bullpen. They used 2 now in game 1 today. And speaking of that bullpen, Brendan Kinsler, who closed that second game for Barrios on Thursday, mentioned it's a long day out there for a closer. You're not going to pitch a lot, so you got to get up, you got to move around, you got to play some catch, and you got to stay active, because most likely it's 6 to 8 hours in the bullpen when it's 48 degrees and cloudy. So yes, you got to stay warm.
Find the heaters out there when you need to. Here's Chesler Cuthbert. This one lifted to right. Long run for Robbie Grossman, and he is there on the warning track to make the catch, 1 away. It's unusual, and that some fans may know the circumstances as to why this is not a split doubleheader. In the collective bargaining agreement, ownership has allowed 3 split doubleheaders. After that, it's up to the players to decide what they want to do. Now the Twins, because the weather has been so unsettled, we had a rain out here earlier against Cleveland. That'll be made up later as a split doubleheader. We had a rain out in Kansas City, and that will be made up as a split doubleheader. We had a rain out in Chicago, and I'm still not sure why, but that'll be a standard doubleheader. And then we had the one in the Colorado series that the Twins positioned as a split doubleheader. So the Twins have already used up their 3 split doubleheader quota, and that's why this is a standard one.
It's good, man, to have a standard one, and they have to get to the next city. They might get in at 4 a.m. in the morning, in Baltimore, but at least they can get there and try to get some sleep in, and you go back to back. Just sitting around for 2 hours and waiting. Sometimes you can cramp up. You can.
Bouncer to third. Escobar to second. Relay to first. Nicely turned. Around the horn double play. And Mejia covers up the leadoff walk.
Let it roll, too, boys.
happened on the Twins schedule because of all the rain. We've already had one doubleheader that Thursday. Twins split it. They hope to split the one today. And then coming up, one in June, one in July, and one August. So you hope that you don't have many more of these. You can understand after the doubleheader in Chicago, which again will be a standard doubleheader, the other option for the Twins, rather than try to play 2 today, would be play 2 against the Royals like a week or so after that, when the Royals come here for the last time. And especially at the end of the year, you don't want those stacked up too close to one another.
No, you kind of fatigue out.
Swing and a miss, 1 and 2.
Especially August, September, we call those the dog days. And you kind of fatigue out, and you don't want too many doubleheaders on the back end of the season.
And we've averaged 1 weather interruption per week so far on the schedule, with 5 postponements and 2 delays, 1 and 2 to Jimenez. And he takes in the dirt. And frankly, sadly, it's going to be a challenge to get all 3 games in Baltimore. The forecast is for miserable weather up the East Coast. The Royals will run into it in New York. They've got a 4-game series against the Yankees. And so the weather just doesn't seem to want to cooperate. Jimenez lifts it foul. You'd like to play those games in September. You'd like to project the Twins being able to continue this better baseball, and those games in September are going to mean something. You'd rather make decisions based on what you want to do rather than what you have to do just to get through a doubleheader.
All right. I mean, you had to, like today, you had to make a traditional doubleheader today because, you're in first place. You got to look at today. All right, we're in first place right now. Let's make the decision, a great baseball decision right now. And the playing a standard doubleheader back-to-back was the right decision, not playing in September.
Bouncer to third, scooped up by Cuthbert. Jimenez finally retired, 1 away.
You play in September 2nd. You come and you play a doubleheader September 2nd. Man, you don't know what your team is going to feel like. You don't know what kind of injuries you're going to have or what's going on. I know that the roster expands, but I think it was a smart baseball decision to play a traditional doubleheader.
Technically, though, the Twins are out of first place right now. The Indians swept the Astros, and the Twins lost the opener. Right now, Cleveland in first place by a half game. If the Twins win this game, they'll be a percentage point or 2 ahead of Cleveland. Here's Adrianza. And there's ball 1.
The Indians, man, they have a really good ball club. If they get hot, it can be ugly.
Outside, and it's 2-0.
They have the pitching. They got that guy Frisco Lindor at shortstop, and got Michael Brantley.
Popped up. It'll reach the seats. 2-1. The American League Central and the National League Central, the most compressed by far of the 2 divisions. Right now, 5 games separating last place Kansas City from first place Cleveland. Foul back, 2-2. Four straight ground ball outs for Ian Kennedy after 4 quick runs against him. And the dirt, 3-2.
The one thing about the Twins, if they can just stay consistent, come out day in and day out, grind, and take it 1 game at a time, I definitely think these guys could get to the postseason. In 2015, it's pretty much the same guys. They were young.
And Adrianza takes the 3rd walk issued by Kennedy.
They were young, and in 2015 and came ready to play, pumped up, energetic. We had Sano, we had Buxton up here, we had a lot of guys up here. Then in 2016, that was a fluke. Just don't know what happened. That was 100% a fluke. That was not this team. Right now, what they're showing you, I think this is who they are. They're very athletic, good defensively, and I can see these guys going to the postseason.
Here's Dozier, walked and scored in the 1st inning. That's what I've tried to impress upon people, pretty much what you said. This, what we've seen so far, and it's been less than 2 months, but this is a continuation of what we saw at the end of 2015. And that team, well, you were a part of it.
Yeah.
You were in contention until the last weekend against Kansas City.
Yeah, against Kansas City. They went on to win the World Series.
Yeah. 1-0 to Dozier. Swing and a foul.
You know, the bullpen in 2015 and 2016 is not even close to what it is right now. The bullpen has been remade.
Twins bullpen, right?
Yeah, the Twins bullpen, not the Royals. The Twins bullpen has been, you know, revamped, and these guys are got a different mindset. You got a couple of veterans over there just helping the bullpen, and it's totally different.
1-1 to Dozier. And Adrianza scampers back to the bag.
And there's no telling what Barrios is going to bring to the table.
The guy going on the mound today for the Twins, Mejia, and the guy who might be going tomorrow in Baltimore, Kyle Gibson, key guys if the Twins are going to make September interesting. And Adrianza just gets back. Drew Butera is active behind the plate as the #1 Kansas City catcher, Salvador Perez.
That's a Twins product. Look at the transfer, pretty quick. Short arm, got rid of it pretty quick. Made it closer than what you expected.
2-1 to Brian Dozier. Adrianza took off and the pitch rolled foul. Adrianza took off and stopped about 1/3 of the way to second base.
That could have been a hit and run.
When we see runners do that, do they not like their break or the pitcher's slide step or what?
It could have been a hit and run. It looked like Dozier was trying to poke the ball the other way.
And now 2-2 to Dozier.
Look at this gap. Look at the big gap between first and second. Oh my God.
Blasted to left center field. It's hit a long way, and it is off the base of the wall.
Run.
Adrianza around third. He will score on a Dozier double.
Clutch hit by Dozier. Got a nice pitch. Hit in a gap. Scores Adrianza from first.
A very solid double.
It's a fastball down the middle, right down the heart of the middle. A little up, right in Dozier's wheelhouse. Sound good. And that's what the veteran, we need more of that from the veteran to come up with these big hits, and he's been doing it the last 2 games.
And now Grossman. Grossman swings at the first pitch, hits it very high in the air and foul ground, and Hosmer with the catch. That's out number 2. And that'll bring up Sano, who walked and scored in front of Kepler's home run.
You notice Dozier bloop hit to right center in the first game. He's been swinging the bat a lot better, right? All it takes is a little bloop or infield single to get a guy going.
Here's Sano with a base open. Kepler hitting behind him, but Kepler's already hit a home run. Picked up 2 hits this afternoon. Half swing and a strike to Sano.
It's amazing how mental this game is.
Chris Young just starting to get loose out in the Kansas City bullpen.
Game is like 85% mental. Have any fear, doubt, worry, chokes the life out of your success.
1-1.
And that's why Sano is hitting so well against the Royals, because he has all confidence against the Royals, and that's a mentality.
Big swing and a miss. I'm looking forward to seeing him swing the bat when the weather warms up.
Whew.
Because I think he's done what he's done, and it's been pretty impressive. 32 runs batted in, 10 home runs. And the weather, frankly, has been miserable. It hasn't been in the 30s, but it's rarely climbed out of the 50s, and it's been damp and cold.
That's what David Ortiz used to tell me. And say, I heat up with the weather.
1-2 to Miguel Sano. Swung on and missed. A 3/4 swing by Sano. The inning ends, but the Twins get an RBI double from Brian Dozier, and they expand the lead now to 5-2. Is presented by Northland Ford. Visit buyfordnow.com and your local Northland Ford dealer today. By Grand Casino, the best stories start here. And by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Brian Dozier with an RBI double. The Twins lead at 5-2. Twins scored 4 runs on 2 home runs in the first. And now Drew Butera will start the third. And Mejia seems to have that pitch down. He's able to get that pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Pitched around a leadoff walk in the second. All in all, 23 pitches, 14 strikes. Half swing. Nope, 1-1, says first base umpire Kerwin Danley. Ryan Blackney calling balls and strikes. He sat out the first game this afternoon. Take a look at Butera's check swing. He checked.
Oh, he checked. He kept his wrist.
See, that's why I was asking. You know, and it's a good thing. Players get to add another player for a doubleheader. The umpires get to add another umpire for a doubleheader.
So,
and I asked a bunch of people out here whether they wanted to come on and be the additional broadcaster for this doubleheader, and I got no affirmative responses. None.
We're chopped liver.
Up and away, and it's 2-2. I mean, I talked to people in authority in this organization, and they said no.
And so your voice doesn't mean anything. I mean, you've been around 72 years.
Don't start that again. Was not born in 1942. 2-2 to Butera. He'll be followed by Escobar and Kane. Royals make one more trip here to Minnesota, and it is in September, and that will be the challenge for the Twins to stay in contention and make those September games interesting like they were a couple years ago. 2-2. And Butera flips another one foul.
I guess Bill Miller, the umpire that was behind the plate, he gets the time off.
Yep.
He's probably in the the locker room with a nice cold apple juice. Well, you thought I was going to say something else? Coors Light.
He might be at the airport already. I have no idea where his next assignment is.
Oh yeah, he's probably out.
I thought he did a great job. I get a really good view of balls and strikes here from behind the plate, and I thought that might have been the best job balls and strikes calling that we've had this year.
He did a great job.
Butera with another foul, and he's single-handedly running up Mejia's pitch count.
Mejia has 7 strikes and 9 at bat, 9 batters faced. 7 first pitch strikes. So he's going after guys.
Trying to put away the number 9 batter, the leadoff man here in the 3rd. And now it's 3-2.
I remember Drew when he was in the minor leagues. I was with the Twins, and he was a youngster. I knew his dad as well.
And a walk. Great plate appearance by Butera. He ends up going to first base. And let's get a showstopper from Kevin Gord.
Yeah, our showstopper in baseball takes us to Tampa Bay, but it focuses on one of the New York Yankees, right fielder Aaron Judge. Keep in mind he's 6'7", 282. Watch him stretch every inch of that 6'7". They double the runner off of first base. Yeah, that's right. You're going to be out, young man. And that run mattered. The Yankees win 3-2. Now, within the game, the Yankees did strike out 17 times, and Judge did go 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. But this catch, as good as it gets. Aaron Judge, our showstopper in baseball, boys.
CC Sabathia benefited by that defense and just enough clutch hitting. Butera drawing a walk on a 9-pitch plate appearance, and now Alcides Escobar takes ball 1. This is what the Twins saw from Mejia, the inability to kind of arrest the situation and get under control. You got a break there. We'll see if Dozier can turn it into an out. Nice play, Brian Dozier.
That is a great play.
He gloved it and then flipped it just in time to get Escobar.
Yeah, he came in pretty hard. He had the pitcher running in front of him, so he came in pretty hard and made the transfer and flipped the ball to first base. I thought that was pretty good. Good concentration right there. There it is right here. He's running in. You see the pitcher in front of it, and he just flipped it over and got him out.
And now Kane will bat. Tapped out to Adrianza's first time. Again to Adrianza. They've got an out at third base. And Butera, of all people, stays on a rundown, and he's tagged out. Well, Butera, of course, a second-generation baseball man, and he, from the moment he took that first step, I'll bet he realized he made a terrible mistake.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to do that in no sport. Actually, I think you learned that in high school, not to go in with the ball in front of you, less than 2 outs. And he ran with the ball hit in front of him, so he can see that the shortstop is there.
Well, I think Escobar tagged him, if not twice, at least once. 2 down, and now Hosmer will bat. Squibbed an infield hit in the first.
Runners in scoring position, and you run into an out like that. That's pretty tough.
Especially down by 3 runs.
Yeah, at least try to stay in a rundown until that guy goes to second. And then there's no damage done, really. So if Kane could have made it to second while he's in a rundown, you know, it's kind of the same.
You got to be sure you're going to get there, though, too, right? You don't want to run into a double play.
Right.
1 strike to Hosmer, and now time called. Jimenez smothers it 1-1. He has had some control issues in his 3 prior starts. 8 walks in 9 1/3 innings, and he's trying to defy logic and Torrey Hunter's professed 75% of leadoff walks scoring by pitching around a leadoff walk for the 2nd inning in a row. 2-1.
I've seen it happen. I heard about it when I was younger. I said, no way. And then I started watching the game, playing the game. I'm like, wow, I can't believe 75% of the time, if you walk the leadoff guy, he scores. And I saw it with my own eyes. So I'm a believer.
2-1 to Hosmer. Swing a foul, 2-2. What Mejia showed the Twins in spring training is what he's displayed here. Little snapshots of it here today. Mid-90s velocity, command of a changeup, and really all that's missing is more strikes, throwing the ball over the plate more often.
I mean, he got, you know, close to 15 pitches per inning. I mean, if we can get 6 innings out of him, he's done a great job.
2-2 to Hosmer. Chopped over the mound to Adrianza. Plenty of time to flip. A lot of ground ball outs. Gotta like that too. All the outs have been on the ground except for one fly ball out. Max Kepler, who homered in the first, will hit again in the third. North is presented by Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in the Twin Cities, and by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Third inning, and the Twins are already into the Kansas City bullpen. Ian Kennedy, who pitched a couple innings. I'm not sure what the maximum number of hoped for innings was for Kennedy to give Ned Yost, but he's out after 2, giving up 5 earned runs, and Chris Young will pitch first out of Kansas City's bullpen.
It was his first start coming off the disabled list, so I'm thinking he was on a pitch count.
And Young has had a tough time of it on his own right. 27 hits in 17 1/3 innings, 9 walks, 4 home runs. He was a spot starter for the Royals in the absence of Kennedy, and now he relieves Kennedy in the 3rd inning. Max Kepler taking ball 1. Popped up near third, and Cuthbert in foul ground. 1 away. And that'll bring up Vargas. MLB.TV Premium is back better than ever. You can watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Plus, get a free subscription to At Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout, other restrictions apply, of course. Visit MLB.TV for details, and you'll have to check with them whether you have the freedom to disseminate after you subscribe.
You just had to throw that in.
Well, here's Vargas, hit a bouncer to short his first time up. Fouled back. Vargas, of course, had the biggest single at bat in this series, his pinch hit game tying home run in the 9th inning on Friday. That as a left-handed batter.
You say biggest. Look at these two guys, 6'11" and maybe 6'5". It's got to be the biggest matchup in baseball.
Young, I know you had to hit against him, but he's got such a smooth overhand delivery, and overhand at 6'10". How do you pick up the ball?
Man, when he used to throw 95. So, I mean, it's like when he let go of the ball, he's already halfway to the plate. So it plays as 99, and when he was throwing 95. Now he's throwing maybe 86, 87, but it still plays pretty hard. You think you got a beat on it, and you're gonna hit it, and you're gonna crush it, and next thing you know, you're jammed, or you're hitting it off the end of the bat. You just can't hit them the way you want to.
3-2 to Vargas. And he takes ball 4. Another walk issued to the Twins. Well, just in watching him over the years, and I didn't see him in his prime, but since he's been over with Seattle and then Kansas City, he doesn't throw that hard, but he is able to survive and thrive with that high fastball.
I mean, he's what, 6'11"? I might be wrong. 6'10", I think. This guy, when he throws the ball belt high, it rises up. And you just, you know, everything looks like it's hittable, but it's not. He's coming downhill, quick to the plate.
In the dirt dugout by Butera. Paul Molitor was talking again today in meeting with the media about momentum and trying to build off of what happened on Friday and all that. But there's momentum switches within a game too. Now here, Royals got 2 quick runs, but the Twins answered for 4, so they had the momentum. And then little things happen along the way too. Dozier got the double, drove in a run. Butera makes the base running mistake. You want to keep your foot on the gas here, don't you? You just want to make sure there's not another big momentum change in the game.
Yeah, you got to keep your knee on their backs, man. You got to make sure they stay down, and you got to keep picking away.
So now they've gotten a walk, and now Rosario hooks one to the corner, and that is caught in right field by Soler. A fine running catch on the warning track, taking a double away from Rosario.
That is a fine play. You know, that could have been a double, and Vargas would have been on third. He reached out and caught that.
That would have been another one of those momentum feeders.
He was able to. Rosario got a pitch middle in and hit the ball, and this guy tracked it down about a chin.
Not known as a great defensive outfielder, but that was a great play. 2 down, and now Eduardo Escobar. Strike on the outside corner.
No, Rosario wish he would have got that double right there.
Escobar takes a ball, 1-1.
Had a rough first game and then hit a ball hard and someone robs you. And all you can think about, let him hit one to me. I'm taking him back. Got to get him back.
And now up and away, 2-1.
And that's that pitch right there. It's 87, and he left it up. You see a lot of guys chase his 87 up, but that plays as 90, 90, 93. It's a very sneaky fastball because he's so tall.
High fly center field. Lorenzo Cain drifts back, makes the catch. Twins don't score in the third. They took a walk, almost scored with a Rosario liner to the corner, but Soler cut it off, and it's still 5-2.
Nice play.
By State Farm, combine home and auto and see how much you can save. Dick Bramer, Torrey Hunter, Kevin Gorg bringing you both ends of a twin bill, a double dip. What other nicknames have there been in time for 2 games in one day?
Double dip. That was it. Chili dip.
Well, that's something else, I think.
Cheese dip.
Again, that's something else. Here's Salvador Perez, ball 1. Good to see Perez coming up with the bases empty because our State Farm power combination. Perez is almost done to the Twins what Sano has done to the Royals this year. 1-1 to Perez, who hit another home run against the Twins, his 4th this year, with a man aboard in the 1st.
Oh,
it's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. That ball landed, I think, exactly where the 1st inning home run ended and where the one did in game 1.
This guy has all confidence against the Twins this year.
It's 5-3. Really good that he came up with nobody on base.
Solo run, home run won't hurt you right now, but it hurts.
92 center cut.
Pitch right down the middle, man. He was able to. That's in his wheelhouse. We keep pitching him middle in.
Chip to right field. The base hit now for Bonifacio. The Royals will get the tying run to the plate in Soler.
Look for Rosario to try to redeem himself. But look. Oh, you got to catch that. Yeah, he's hurt. You got to catch that. If you really want it, you're going to catch it.
Here is Soler.
That's on national TV, by the way.
Popped up right field. Coming in is Grossman, and he makes the catch for the 1st out.
Oh my God, he's so disappointed right now. Oh, you know what, kid? I've been there before. I've dropped the ball in Detroit a long time ago, and that's how I felt.
Yeah, but yours impacted the game, the final score.
Yeah, I don't know why
he just lost a souvenir.
You know what? He's a better player now. Sometimes you got to drop a ball so you don't never do it again.
Strike at the knees to Chesler Cuthbert.
I think we should have a conversation with him.
Well, I tell you what, you can have a conversation with him. You got what, 9 Gold Gloves? You can offer him some tips. Pulled foul.
All I can tell him is failure is what makes you strongest.
Okay.
Keep your chin up, son. Come on now.
No, he's got a Twins cap, but he might be like the biggest Salvador Perez fan on the planet. And he had a chance for his hero to hit him a home run ball.
Man, I feel sorry for that guy. He's like so disappointed.
2 strikes to Cuthbert. And another foul ball. Now early on, he was getting a lot of ground ball outs, but now.
Wow, he is. Oh my God! Do you see the facial expression? There's a lot of heat
still
coming
shaking
off.
his head. Yeah.
Shaking my head. SMH. Is that the
abbreviation?
Yeah, that's
throw to first, and the ball gets by Vargas. Bonifacio going to second, and he'll hold up there. Jimenez's throw appeared to be on target, but Vargas didn't catch it. So it'll be an error, I presume, on Vargas. Might have been guilty of trying to make the tag before he caught the ball.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it's very catchable. He should have caught that ball.
Well, you've had a home run for Kansas City, now an error, and start to feel the momentum changing a little bit. Error charge to Vargas, 1-2 to the batter with 1 gone, and now 2-2.
He's going for a walk. But you can't give up, kid. The ball might come back. It might be another ball hit there, just not this inning. Dozier might hit you one.
On the ground. Dozier has it. 2 down. The last time I priced them, they're like $10, right?
Yeah.
The sporting goods store. Oh,
I don't understand it. All right, he dropped the ball. That's fine. Okay, get the ball. Okay, the other kid got it. Don't be disappointed. The little girl's looking like, oh, he's upset. He threw his glove. Oh my.
Here, you try
it. he retired. Did he just retire?
No.
I feel like that some days, but he walked out of the stadium.
Here's Mondesi. 1-0 count. Mejia trying to get out of the inning here. Now 1-1. Mondesi struggling to hit. That's why he was sent down. Called up today with Alex Gordon going on the paternity list. Now Mondesi, as inexperienced as he is, he might be the best bunter in the league right now. Escobar playing even with the bag at third. 1-1.
He's back. No, he went to the second deck. He wanted to get away from everybody, but the camera was following you. You can't really get away from national TV, buddy. Selfie, shaking my head. I suck.
Popped up, and that'll reach the seats. 1-2.
Is he hashtagging himself? He took a selfie and hashtag I suck. He put that all over Twitter, Instagram, everything. You know what? I'm going to follow him. Inspire him.
1-2. Mejia to Mondesi. On the outside corner. Good pitch to end the inning.
Great pitch, baby.
Bonifacio left at third after the single, the error. The only run they get is on another Perez home run. Dropped by that young man.
Come on.
Now in the bottom of the 4th inning. We've already had 4 home runs here in a cool spring. It is spring, isn't it? Not summer yet. This is still spring, isn't it?
Yeah. We're in between. It's still spring.
Okay.
It's not summer yet. Summer's in June somewhere.
Twins will try to get the run back that the Royals got in the top of this inning. Chris Young starting his 2nd inning of work. Gave up a walk but no hits in the 3rd. He'll face Jimenez, Adrianza, and Dozier. A high fly to left off the bat of Jimenez. Back to the wall, Bonifacio, and that ball is gone. Jimenez goes deep, and the Twins get the run back just like that.
I'm a big fan of Jimenez. He's awesome. glad he hit that home run. That's awesome. He's a good guy, man. I like him. See, she got a ball. If he would have stayed there, he could have got the ball. But where'd he go, Chris?
And another mini momentum shift back in the Twins' favor. It's a 3-run lead again.
He's happy.
I'm on the board, he says.
Got a fastball up and in. He likes, that's in his wheelhouse. Bye-bye.
Jimenez first as a Twin.
See ya.
He's on the board. 1-0 now to Adrianza. Walked and scored his first time up. And now strike 1-1.
He's so happy. They talk trash to him every day. He's so much fun in the clubhouse. Nice swing, buddy.
Well, I don't know. Let me ask you. It's already been noted that the atmosphere in the clubhouse is a lot better than it was last year. What's the cause? What's the effect? It was a miserable year last year on the field, in the clubhouse. How much of the better atmosphere in the clubhouse is simply because the team is playing better and winning ball games?
You know what? It could.
Or is it the other way around?
It could be. I mean, it could be these guys have got another year under their belt. They know they're better than last year. I mean, I knew they were better than last year for sure. And you talk about Derek Falvey and that. Oh, base hit.
Adrianza with a line drive, single to center.
Yeah, so I definitely think Derek Falvey and Thad Levine actually bring a different type of energy. They came in right in spring training and talked to all the guys, and they saw I think the players saw the vibe of these guys and said, hey, man, these guys are a lot of fun, and they're letting us go out there and play our game.
Brian Dozier will bat, drove in a run with a double in the second, walked and scored in the first. Adrianza can steal a base. This one fouled back. Here you go, Gold Glover.
Hey, I'm a Gold Glover. I don't have my glove.
Little short of you.
Without my glove, I'm nothing. I don't have gold hands. They're like skillets.
One strike. A high fly to left field. Dozier lifting it back to the warning track and caught by Bonifacio.
No pop.
One down. Let's go to Kevin Gord.
Well, this will be a fun one, guys. This is our Minnesota State Lottery winner's circle. We've got Circle Me Torrey, and we've got the man of the hour up here. 100 scratch-off tickets for a guy that, well, he lost his glove. He needs those scratch-off tickets to provide some money. Alex, you're from New Jersey. You go to Maryland, and Torrey Hunter just lit you up, my friend. What happened? That was a disaster.
Well, I lined the ball up. I think I was probably like a row or two in front of where I needed to be, and it hit off the top of my glove, and unfortunately I wasn't able to scamper up there in time to get the ball.
Now, your little brother's to your right, and he looks up to you. The example you set, though, spiking the glove and basically throwing the glove away. What's the message there?
Well, he shouldn't follow that message. That's just me being disappointed in myself. I mean, other than that, I'm just really, really disappointed that I didn't make the catch. But he knows better. He knows better.
You're a great baseball fan. You know Torrey Hunter is one of the better players at making the catch at critical times. Maybe today, getting circled by Torrey Hunter, winning these scratch-off tickets from the Minnesota State Lottery, we can turn that frown upside down.
Hopefully, yeah. Torrey Hunter is definitely one of the greatest center fielders that I've ever seen in my lifetime, and he's definitely one guy that I think that, I mean, I don't know if he's, I would hope that eventually he could get into the Hall of Fame, but
well, we know you're not, but we know you're going to be a big winner today. Alex been a good sport here, guys, and again, the Minnesota State Lottery provides him with 100 scratch-off tickets. One of his favorite players lights him up today at Target Field.
Oh boy, that's pretty funny.
Kevin said he's not going to the Hall of Fame.
He's not going to the Hall of Fame, but you know what? He tried, and his little brother's watching. You know, I'm pretty sure he's going to give him a little bit when he gets home, and you know, I feel sorry for the young man. Since he says he likes me, he doesn't suck anymore.
Okay, all right.
You know, I'm just shaking my head.
Question for
though.
Torrey. We got to let him ask Torrey a question. It's been a rough afternoon here for Alex. He's been a good sport here. So a question for Torrey Hunter.
So, Torrey, what do you think I should do better when it comes to trying to catch that fly ball, especially in the outfield?
Good question.
What you have to do is not have a hood on.
No hood. No hood at first. That's a good start. Better peripheral vision.
Right. You have to see the ball, and so you use one hand. You did that, but you didn't close your glove. You left your glove open.
Left your glove open. There you go.
Line drive to left, a base hit. Adrianza around third. He'll score, and Sano gets another run batted in against Kansas City. 33 on the year. 18 runs batted in against Kansas City.
So we're going to look at the catch again here.
Let's look at this catch. He has a hood on, and he puts the glove in front of his face. His hand was in front of his face, and he kind of closed his eyes. You didn't follow the ball into the glove, and you had another kid come over and thieve it away. He took your ball, he took your cookies. You can't allow that. Yeah, give up your glove, because that should never happen. You should never play baseball again. Take 2 weeks off and don't play again.
He said you should never throw that glove away. Because of that, take 2 weeks off and never play again. Find a new sport. Is that okay?
Yeah, why not? I mean, I've been playing table tennis at school, so might as well tell him that.
Don't throw one of those things, man. He could hurt somebody.
Tell him he's funny, and I got an autographed ball for him.
Torrey's got an autographed ball for you. We'll get it to you later today, so stick around.
That's great. Thank you very much, Torrey. Thank you.
All right, my man.
Max Kepler, the batter, 1-1 the count. The Twins have added a couple of runs here in the fourth already. Lead it 7-3. 2 on, 1 out, and Kepler lifts it foul over the screen.
That's cool, man, to have some fun like that. I'm glad he allowed me to have some fun with him. Everybody knows I'm not serious. I always have fun with people. And
did we establish he's from Jersey, but he goes to the University of Maryland? What on earth is he doing here?
Yeah, why is he here? That's different.
Kevin will get to the bottom of that.
Yeah.
Every stadium this year. So they're making the tour, and this
right.
was one of the stops. They were trying to come to the game yesterday, and they got to see 2 today.
Kepler strikes out for out number 2, and that'll bring up Vargas. Just the 4th inning, but Vargas has got a chance here to maybe deliver somewhat of a knockout punch. 2 on, and the Twins already leading by 4. Up, ball 1.
Twins have come out with that whooping stick, swinging the bats pretty well.
4 in the first, 1 in the second, and now 2 so far here in the 4th. A little bit low, and it's 2-0.
This could sound like a car crash. Could be loud. 2 balls, no strikes.
And now 3-0. The base is open, but it's third base. Rosario's on deck.
Green light. I'm pretty sure he has a green light to swing the bat 3-0. And all you should see is blue smoke coming out of his shoes.
Oh. He took it right down the middle.
Oh my God, that is a sin.
Three and 1. And now 3-2.
Let's go, Kenny. Get this pitch up. Oh, man, look. His brother just cracking jokes and dancing.
Full count to Vargas. Runners will take off here with 2 gone. The Twins already adding 2 more here in the inning. High fly, center field.
Just missed it.
Kane coming in. And the Twins got a couple of runs.
Oh, man.
And a little brotherly love after.
Close your glove. Oh.
E9.
E12. Give him a little hug. I like it. He needs one. Yeah, you got Perez who hit a 2-run homer. This guy's a twin killer. Then you got Grossman coming up and hitting a home run, and that's pretty good. And Kepler has great, a 38 degrees fly ball and hit it out the park. It was very high, and Dozier comes up and hit a big double, scores a run. And these guys are swinging a hot bat. I can tell you that. The Twins have the thunder stick, and it's working.
And Mejia hoping to complete at least 5 innings, qualify perhaps for his first major league win. He just delivered down and in to Drew Butera, who showed off an intent to bunt.
It's always good when you can get some cushion, especially for a young guy like Mejia. You got some cushion. Now you can just say, all right, let's concentrate and throw strikes and rely on that defense to make some plays.
Emphasis on throwing strikes. He's issued 2 leadoff walks, the only 2 walks he's given up. He hasn't paid the price for them yet. There's a strike, 2-1.
You know, out of spring training, LaTroy Hawkins and Eddie Guardado, they really like this guy. He has the mental makeup to really get the job done on the mound.
And if he could just do that, throw pitches, his arsenal of pitches over the plate for strikes. See, Eddie's awake.
Eddie has a neck break.
You accused him in the first inning of being asleep.
He was asleep. Now he's moving. He's asleep.
Swing and a foul.
Eddie is so funny, man. He's a comedian. Some of the stuff just can't come out because look, he's trying to keep his eyes open. He's tired. He has a neck brace as well, just like LaTroy. Must be a thing. Bullpen guys are crazy.
Fouled away. Butera had an at-bat like that, or a plate appearance just like this, leading off the 3rd inning, and he ended up drawing a 9-pitch walk. Nothing Mejia would like better than to get Butera, get him quickly, and then get the next 2 outs quickly. Pitch count's good, just 61. Back to the mound, and he can do it himself. Lob to Vargas, 1 away. Mejia coming to the Twins from the Giants in the Eduardo Nunez trade.
That's a great pickup. But Nunez went over there and had a good season.
He was the Twins All-Star last year.
Yeah.
He was the lone representative, and he warranted going to the All-Star game. He had a phenomenal first half. Of course, the team did not. Here's Alcides Escobar, and there's strike 1. Escobar, 2 ground balls to second. And his season average down to 176. He, too, is going to be a free agent after this year. You were a free agent how many times? 3 times?
I was a free agent 3 times, man. It was a lot of fun, you know, getting courted by the teams, and sometimes you only get a chance to do that once, and I had a chance to do it 3 times. So I'm very, very happy and thankful that I was able to do that.
I know you had a good year your final year here, but did it get into your head at all in your walk year, in your free agent year, about having to put up numbers so the next contract would be there?
Never. Actually, it motivated me to go out and play, you know, and be more consistent. If you look at my platform years, the years that I was leaving, I always had a pretty good year. You know, 2007, 2012, and 2014, it was pretty solid. I just went out there and did what I had to do, play the game and try to stay consistent. Really didn't think about it until after the season. During the season, you're not thinking about being a free agent. You know, my first year with the Twins.
Fly ball to right, playable for Grossman.
In my first year with the Twins, I wanted to stay a Twin, so I wasn't even thinking about leaving in 2007. And at the end of the season, I kind of saw the writing on the wall, and it scared me a little bit. But other than that, you know, you really can't think about that. If you do, it can really mess you up.
And I like that term, platform year. That's a good term.
Yeah, it's your platform year.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you know, I got a lot of baseball sayings that's not rated R.
And let's share all of those you can, and stay away from the R ones. Kepler drifting to the gap in right. 5 innings complete for Mejia. He has got a 4-run lead through just a handful of pitches in the 5th. fulfill your afternoon at the ballpark on a cool day than a little ice cream. Everybody bundled up here. Temperature at the game time low 50s, I believe.
I just got a text from LaTroy Hawkins, and he told me that the towel around the neck, that neck brace, is to keep it warm.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't know why they did that. I thought maybe Eddie was sweating in the cold. We call him the big sweat sometimes.
Oh, really?
No.
More than Dennis Reyes? Dennis Reyes was the big sweat.
He was the big sweat. He sweat for no reason.
Rosario swings and misses.
He just breathed and he was sweating.
Rosario, Escobar, Jimenez facing Chris Young, who entered the game in the third. Gave up a couple of runs in the fourth. And now 0-2. White Sox playing good baseball, completing their sweep over the Mariners 8-1. Cleveland swept the Astros in Houston. And Texas and Detroit
That's a
getting
good
started
sweep.
here shortly.
That's a good sweep. Houston,
Yeah.
they're good.
Fouled back by Rosario.
Have you ever gotten a foul ball this far?
Yeah, we've gotten them in here. Generally, I think when LaTroy was up here, I said about once every other year, something like that in this booth.
Wow.
Swing and a miss. Rosario strikes out. One down.
Like a little slider or change up away. Oh, he just
like cold hard facts
got the ball
that you signed for him.
Yeah.
And you'd expect the divisional opponents that you played against to be high on that list, and the Royals are fairly high on that list.
Yeah, I told you, and that's the only reason I'm telling you that whenever you play a team that you know you're good against, that confidence level goes up. Like I might play Baltimore. We were playing Baltimore in Camden Yards. I'm okay. I feel my mind is not really strong, and I know we're going to Kansas City. Once we get to Kansas City, oh my God.
Escobar to the gap in right center field, and Kane calls off Soler. 2 down.
And once I get to Kansas City, my confidence level just rises, skyrocket. And I know I'm going to get out of a little funk if I was in one because of the teams that I were playing.
Now, some of that, though, to be fair, had to be because Kansas City's pitching staff wasn't very good back then for most of your career. It wasn't until recently that they had a good pitching staff.
Well, when I was with Detroit, we played the Royals. I always got hits and hit the ball hard because it's mental. They had James Shields and Wade Davis over there.
Still, that ballpark, it's not easy to hit home runs, but still a pretty good hitter's park, isn't it? Kauffman Stadium.
Fun place to play.
And strike 2 to Jimenez, who lofted his first home run of the year, leading off the 4th inning.
The years I was free agents, the 3 times I was free agents, the Royals actually came after me really hard, harder than anybody. And probably because of those numbers you just saw.
1-2 to Jimenez.
Ned Yost. Had a lot of conversations with him over the years.
Jimenez chips it to short right. Soler charging in, and he gets there, squeezes it. A 1-2-3-5. Twins up by 4, and you're watching Twins baseball presented by State Farm.
I gave him a 100 ball, so now he has a smile on his face.
Finished the homestand 3-3, splitting their second doubleheader of the homestand. Our Sanford Health injury report: Eric Thames left today's game against the Cubs with leg cramps, listed as day-to-day. 13 home runs, and so far the best free agent signing there has been by the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah, Eric Thames, I remember him with Toronto Blue Jays, and I thought he was a pretty good outfielder, pretty good player already. He went to Korea, I think, and you know, Korea is in Japan. They're actually big on balance, and I think he's really got some balance out of his batting stance, and they believe in that 60-40 and keeping the weight back and distributing your weight properly, and I think that's helping him as a hitter.
One strike to Hosmer, leading off the Kansas City sixth. Big swing and a miss. What a lift this would be for the Twins. Now, Mejia's outing here today is not as dominant as Berrios's was the other night against the Rockies, but you're looking at a man who needs some stability in the starting rotation. With Kyle Gibson being sent down to AAA, perhaps being called up to pitch for the Twins tomorrow in Baltimore. But Phil Hughes had a disappointing outing today, and this is a team that got above the 500 mark because of good starting pitching, and they'll take all of it they can get. Steven Gonsalves, the minor league pitcher of the year last year for the Twins, has had some shoulder difficulty. He made his first start of the year last night in Biloxi, Mississippi. Here's a liner to center, and Kepler makes a sliding catch in center field.
Here you go, Kep, the shoestring catch.
Anything Byron Buxton can do, I can do.
Like it, I like it. He's an athlete. He can do a lot. Fastball, middle in, and Hosmer hits it, a line drive out there, and Kepler shoestring catches that.
One down on the sixth.
Had a little style, a little flair afterwards too on the slide. Yeah.
Perez with 2 home runs, 3 in the doubleheader, and he takes strike 1. His 2-run home run in the first gave the Royals an early lead, and then he hit a leadoff home run in the fourth to almost the same spot.
He has faced 22 batters, 16 first pitch strikes.
That's how you win, right?
Yes.
That's how you get ahead, stay ahead. In the dirt, 1-1.
This is a kid coming from AAA. It's pretty impressive.
Added to the roster as the 26th man. Now, if we have time, we'll try to clarify what all that means moving forward, because he's pitched well enough to perhaps get another shot. He can't be taken off the roster as the 26th man. Normally, when you send a player to a minor league after being in the big leagues, they have to stay at that minor league assignment for 10 days. That qualification does not exist for the 26th man. In other words, hit hard to center. Kepler back. Leaping and
nice
making the catch on the warning track.
Way to go, baby. Man, I gotta realize I'm in a booth. I feel like I'm playing. Man, that was a great catch.
Kepler came in to his right to make a good catch, and now going back to his left.
Boy, it's a great athlete right there. Way to go, Kep. Threw a fastball, middle, well, away. He's able to catch this screaming line drive in the outfield. Way to go, Kepler. Extend out. Man, the sound off that bat.
2 down.
Kepler, boy. When I have children, I want my kids to be like him.
Well, you do have children.
Oh, do I?
1-0. On the ground, Adrianza has it, and Mejia has another 1-2-3 inning. He set down 9 men in a row through the middle innings. good doubleheader here against the Royals.
Yeah, he's been hitting the ball hard all series, and here he is hitting a home run and been helping his ball club out. He's making plays on defense, so he's using it both ways. He's with his glove. Yeah, his teammates giving him love, and look at Buxton. That's his buddy, boy. They love each other.
Strike one to Avery Adrianza, leading off the Twins' 6th inning. In control of things right now. It's 7-3. Chris Young out there for his 4th inning of work.
Ebony and Ivory.
They in the truck don't like it when I sing. So, you know, I'll leave it up to you whether you want to keep going or not. But we got licensing restrictions and all that. And if you keep singing, apparently that's what they've always told me to get me to stop singing. That if I sang anymore, they have to pay a licensing fee for that song.
But if I sing my own song, say if I had a song and I wrote my own lyrics, could I sing it? Because
yes.
It's not.
Yes.
I have to sign it over to Fox.
Right. Apparently.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll write this song so the next time I do TV, I'll sign it over to you guys and then I'll sing it.
Okay.
Huh?
But
it's gonna call
the McCartney Michael Jackson thing.
No, it's going to be a Torrey Hunter thing.
All right. Ground ball, base hit, right field. Adrianza's reached all 3 times with a walk and 2 singles.
He's having a good day, man. He had some good at bats, 3 good at bats. He had a walk.
Actually, it was Stevie Wonder, wasn't it? Stevie Wonder and
yeah.
Paul McCartney.
Yes, it was. Here it is, a cutter inside, and he was able to turn on that and hit it pretty hard. He's had 3 good at bats. He's been on base, starting rallies.
Yeah, I feel bad now because I misidentified great artists. I mean, that was in an era when I was a disc jockey and I actually had to play that song.
And Duke of the Dark, you missed.
I know. No, I'm sorry.
Are you kidding me?
Sorry. I should have known that.
You was like a superstar in college. The Duke of the Dark.
Duke in the Dark. Get it right, please.
Duke in the Dark. Sorry about that. You know what I'm saying? Big timer.
I had to play Ebony and Ivory every hour and 15 minutes or whatever. You'd think I'd know the song and the performers of the song. I'm embarrassed.
So when you play music, and did you scratch?
No, they had. I accidentally, yes, because I was trying to cue up the records. Nobody did that on purpose back then.
That's cool, man. Did you have great slow songs?
Yeah, I had to play a lot of songs I didn't like. Because I didn't really like playing ABBA music. I didn't get to pick the songs I could play. Dozier strikes out, 1 away.
If you get anybody out there, if you have Dick Brimmer's.
No, I bought them all. I burned them.
Any kind of pictures or anything, please put them on Twitter. Dick Brimmer, if you have any pictures out there, please, I'm telling you, tweet these pictures out, send it to us. I just want to see the Duke in the Dark. Right?
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't think they even had recording devices back then.
Did you have shades?
Yeah.
I mean, you were ahead of your time if you had any kind of device. 1942?
It wasn't that long ago. Popped up. And a foul pop catch. Grossman's out number 2. That'll bring up Sano. Sano on the day, a walk, a run scored, a strikeout, and an RBI single.
Sano's had some good at bats as well. Well, came true.
Oh, no. That was not. That was not put on the back wall.
Look at this.
That was after. That was.
This is Dick Brimmer in 1972.
No, it's not.
What year was it?
It was 1980.
1980. Okay, I was 5 years old. And he had an afro.
No, I just had long hair. I was a sportscaster in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. What?
This is
like there aren't any
wow.
embarrassing pictures of you when you were 25 years
That's
old?
not embarrassing. I mean, I'm a man, but you look handsome, man.
I still have that time.
You look just like Ron Burgundy.
Stay classy, Cedar Rapids.
Stay classy. Stay classy. Wow.
Adrianza takes off, but Sano strikes out. And that might be the most merciful third out I've ever encountered. Oh, my. You're watching Twins baseball presented by State Farm. Forward to the 7th inning. Join Fox Sports North Saturday, June 3rd for the Girls on the Run Twin Cities Spring 5K at Normandale Community College as we inspire girls to be healthy and confident. To register, visit foxsportsnorth.com/events. Jorge Soler leading off the 7th inning. That to the left field corner, and that's down for a hit. Rosario has it get by him to the wall, and Soler will have a leadoff double.
You know, Soler robbed Rosario a couple innings ago. I promise you, you can look on his face that he really wanted to take a hit away from Soler.
So it's not just home runs. You can take a double away from somebody. That's a pretty special feeling too, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. He gets a pitch middle in, and he was able to turn on it. And I promise you, Rosario is running full speed just to try to cut that double off.
80 pitches for Mejia. Trying to get outs here in the 7th inning. Chesler Cuthbert the batter, 0 for 2, a fly to right, a bouncer to second. Pitch left up. That's going to be a recipe for disaster. Yep. Cuthbert fouled it back. Just the beginnings of activity in the Twins bullpen.
If he can get through this inning, we might be able to get 1 or 2 outs in the 8th inning as well out from him.
Rogers and Duffy just limbering up.
He has done a great job of bouncing back from the 1st inning.
Swing and a miss. Well, this might be a situation here where the old saying youth must be served will come into play. Royals had an untested pitcher making his first major league start, and he almost got his first major league win, being matched up against a veteran like Phil Hughes. So then in the 2nd game of the doubleheader, the roles are reversed, the teams are reversed. It's the Twins sending out the inexperienced pitcher Mejia, and he's far than outlasted Ian Kennedy, who left after 2. Swinging a foul back. .83 pitches for Mejia. But impressively 55 strikes a 66% strike percentage, which is really, really good. 2 strikes and a half swing. They'll appeal. Strike 3, he's out. And Cuthbert doesn't believe it. 1 down.
You know, he's been pretty good with his changeup today. His fastball been 92 to 94, hit 95 a couple times, and speeding these guys up and then mixing up his pitches.
Watch the barrel of the bat.
So he sped him up and then he threw him a changeup. Couldn't check it.
Chop foul. I guess that's what the Twins saw in spring training, and we've seen it here tonight. He's got stuff.
Oh, he's filthy. He's filthy. I'm telling you, once he gets over the aura, everything about the big leagues, this guy's going to be nasty. I'm not saying he's Lariano. I'm just saying he has great stuff, and he's going to be, you know, one of the top pitchers for the Twins in the starting rotation.
Here we go.
1 strike to Mondesi. Swing and a miss. Royals crossing their fingers with this young man, hoping that he can make contact and become a hitter. He has some tools that they think will help him be the second baseman of the future, but he couldn't hit his way on base very often, and Merrifield replaced him at second base.
He's a baseball kid, man. His dad played in the big leagues, right field for Toronto and a couple other teams.
Got him looking, dropping a breaking ball on the outside corner. 2 down.
But he has been nasty, man. He's been mixing his pitches up really well. You know, he threw a slider and he swung through the pitch before the last one, and here it is, a slider. It's pretty nasty. It just locked him up. It locks up a hitter when the ball is breaking that much, and he got locked up and backwards K, meaning like no swing.
Drew Butera 0 for 1 with a walk. A little bit low, ball 1.
Drew's been having some good at bats. Last couple at bats been pretty good, and saw some pitches. You know, this guy's a Twins product, so I definitely think that him having good at bats like that is definitely come from the Twins.
That's to right, hanging in the air for Grossman. How about that? 7 innings in the books for Adalberto Mejia. It might be just a 500 homestand, but the headline, the performances of Barrios and Mejia. Despite Salvador Perez, the Twins are off to a good start.
Oh, Salvador Perez, man, he's been swinging the hot bat the whole series, and Grossman right here kind of comes back with it. Then you got this guy right here, I think it's the MVP of the game. Swinging the bat, he's using his leather, and then you got Perez, the second home run of the game, and we had Alex, who dropped the ball. And then you got Chris Jimenez coming up. They're just getting over the wall. Home run. And that's the story of the game for sure.
And now we move to the bottom of the 7th inning. Kepler's had a pretty good day, although the Twins lost this afternoon. He got 2 singles and a walk. And in this game, a couple of nice catches, a go-ahead 2-run home run, and he'll lead off the 7th against Chris Young.
He's swinging a hot bat right now. He's hit .345 against the Royals. Here, that guy's done a great job.
Wouldn't it be something that we said this at the best this homestand could be is 3-3. Kepler taking a leadoff walk, but that Barrios did what he did, and Mejia has done what he's done here today for a team that has been starving for good young starting pitching for years. Who knows? Might be the beginning of something good.
Oh yeah, man, you got some good arms. You're talking about Barrios and Mejia, back-to-back days, 2 young guys coming from AAA. They were just together last, maybe 10 days ago. And to have those,
up and away.
And to have those guys come up and help this ball club out, that's huge.
So again, for Mejia, or regarding Mejia's status, he was added for this game only, and it might even be just a paperwork a procedure. But if the Twins want him to stay in the rotation, he can be sent back to Rochester. Whether he actually lands in Rochester, I don't know how they handle those things, but then he could be back, and having been sent down as a 26th man, you're not limited to having be stuck down there for 10 days.
For 10 days, yeah.
Runner goes. Kepler with a head first slide has a steal.
It's a nice jump. He got a great jump. Look, check out this jump. It's pretty impressive.
Doing a little bit of everything here.
Yeah, this guy's an athlete, man. Look how, I mean, he didn't pick his leg up too high. He got a great jump right there. He got a net second base easy. It's gonna be fun to watch these guys in the future. It's fun to watch them now, but 2 years from now, they're gonna be stars of baseball.
And that's where the good young pitching is really going to make this Twins team prominent again, if they can get that. You can have all the position players you want,
yeah,
but if you don't have competitive pitching, none of it will matter. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2.
I know I was in the playoffs 13 and 14, and I really understand the relief pitching. If you don't have a bullpen, it's tough to win as well. And it all boils down to pitching.
Vargas got a pitch up, flicked it foul. Still 2-2.
You can have a great offensive team. Look at Texas Rangers for all those years in late 90s and early 2000s. You're talking about they didn't have much pitching. It's tough because the ball flies there, so free agents don't really go to Texas to pitch, but all the hitters would go.
And Vargas with a drive to right. That's down for a hit. Soler acted like he had a hard time seeing the ball, and Kepler, even though he got a late start, is going to score.
Nice.
Kepler held up and sprinted around third and scored a big run.
Wow. That closing speed was pretty impressive. He was held up at third. He slowed down at third.
Soler acted like he lost sight of the ball in the lights, and he didn't play the hop very aggressively. Gene Glenn saw that and wheeled Kepler around third base.
Yeah, he got a slider down and in, and he was able to hit the ball. It might have stayed in the lights for a second, and then he got it. And I think Gene Glenn was not going to send him until late. And Raul Mondesi Jr. actually didn't realize that he was going to go home. He turned around. He was shocked that he was going home and made a panic throw.
Rosario lifts one high to right. Soler with the catch. Twins got a short start from Phil Hughes today, and they got a longer than expected start from Mejia.
And Mejia, man, he had all his pitches working. His fastball was 93 to 95 and had the slider working right there, freezing guys. And he had some defensive help. And once you realize you got defensive help, all you got to do is go out there and throw strikes. You got Kepler out there, just look how happy he is. Man, great to have athletes on your team.
Ball one to Escobar. 0 for 3 in the ball game today. 0 for 2 in the first game.
You would think he might be done for the day. But I would like to see him go out for at least one batter, 2 batters, and let him walk off that field.
And Escobar gets his first hit. A sharp single to right. Vargas will drop anchor at second base.
Escobar has 2 hits today.
First and second. 1 down. Let's find Kevin Gord.
Yeah, guys, it's time for our mini Countryman player profile. And this deals with our analyst this weekend, Torrey Hunter, straight from Paul Molitor, who knew when he was a teammate of Torrey's before he even got to be the manager that it'd be a great situation. Loved his energy, loved his passion for baseball, and said when he was a manager, he saw the best in Torrey Hunter. On the field, the play spoke for itself. He said off the field, mentoring the young players, just a great influence on creating that vibe we talked about earlier, a winning clubhouse. That's what Torrey Hunter was all about, according to Paul Molitor.
I paid him to say that.
Been great to work with you again, and just thinking this homestand, you know, we're trying to break in 2 new announcers, right? LaTroy and you. And LaTroy had to get through a doubleheader on Thursday, and now you come around and you had to get through a doubleheader today.
It's tough, man. I didn't think I was gonna have enough words, and LaTroy told me.
You?
Yeah, man. I thought I was gonna run out of stuff to say, but so much has been happening. We had a guy who sucked in the outfield, and you know the Twins are hitting the ball. Kepler's making plays, and you know it's a lot of energy right now. So I'm excited. I can say a lot of things, and I had like 10 cups of coffee, so I don't know what's going on. Somebody put a lot of sugar in my coffee, I guess. I think I'm having anxiety right now. Oh, look at him. He's still tweeting. He's Twitter famous right now. Hashtag I suck.
Jimenez taps it foul. It's 1 and 2.
He's in the heat lamp right now. He took his coat off. I think he's good.
So he's trying to explain the ball, you know, hit the top of my glove and rolled out.
And the ball was in the lights and the wind was blowing, but you closed your eyes.
Toward the hole, backhanded by Escobar out there, relay to first, double play.
Wow.
Nice double play started by Escobar in the hole. The Twins had a run they hope they won't need.
Update. The Twins hit the road and head east to Baltimore. Join us Monday night at 5:30. The Twins begin a series Jason with your Mall of America Studio Sports Update. The Twins hit the road and head east to Baltimore. Join us Monday night at 5:30. The Twins begin a series with the Orioles led by Manny Machado and Chris Davis. It's the Twins and the Orioles Monday at 5:30 on Fox Sports North.
Well, not to be Debbie Downer or anything like that, but we're expecting rain in Baltimore. We hope to get the games in, a night game, a day game. Then the Twins come home for another week. Home for a good part of the month of May, but hardly home at all in June. Taylor Rogers comes out of the Twins bullpen. He'll pitch to the Royals in the 8th.
It's rare that you go out for 3 days on the road and then come back. You don't have to pack much.
But you obviously haven't picked up my suitcase. It's still heavy. I got coats, I got sweaters, I got everything, man.
Just don't know what the weather's going to be like.
Alcides Escobar will lead things off.
Wow.
Middle of base hit. Here we go. Here is Torrey Hunter impersonating Dave Chappelle.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Escobar aboard with a single, and now Lorenzo Cain.
That was easy.
Pitch is up, ball 1. The takeaway from this game might very well be Mejia's 7 innings worth of work. And the Twins will take a series win against Kansas City, and they'll be by, see if they can get 2. Adrianza, Dozier, Vargas, 2 down.
Nice.
Hard ground ball into double play.
That always works.
Twins comfortably in front here. Royals running out of outs. Here's the big story. Chris Bryant with 2 home runs. Cubs defeat the Brewers. Eric Thames had to leave with some leg issues. And the Cubs, I think, will be just fine.
Yeah, Chris Bryant, man, has a nice swing, man. They have a lot of fun in that bullpen. I guess they had a little matchup, a dance-off the other day against the Brewers, and I saw somebody doing a centipede. And
wherever did they get that silly idea of dancing as a baseball player?
Look at this. Look at these guys dance. That's a lot of fun.
Who was the worst dancer when you guys had the dance parties after the Twins games a couple of years ago? Who was the worst dancer on the team?
The worst dancer on the team, I would maybe Trevor May.
Okay.
And the one guy that didn't dance, but he would have a mask on and just sit in his locker and watch. It was, yeah, that was weird. It was kind of weird.
I was going to say, I'm not sure I want to know who that is if he's still on the team.
Yeah, he's sitting in the mask and watching. It scared me. You know, I didn't know if we had to wait.
Yeah, I don't want to know who that is. Down in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Hosmer with a single, a run scored, since then a ground out in a lineout.
I think Dozier is the best dancer, though.
Okay.
Had a lot of style.
To center, and Kepler going back on this ball, looking up and leaping, and it's gone into the bullpen. Hosmer hitting one into the Kansas City bullpen, and it's 8-4.
Got to pitch up. He rarely goes, with that power, 400 and maybe 20 feet right there. He got good wood on that ball. Kind of left a pitch out of the plate. Hanging, breaking ball up in the zone where he likes it. And he hits the ball out of the park.
Now to right center field. Kepler and Grossman. Grossman with the catch, and the inning ends. The Royals get one. They'll need a bigger ninth inning. You're watching Twins baseball presented by State Farm.
Twins Live presented by CenturyLink. We'll take a look at how both these teams have been digging the long ball. Home run derby here this afternoon. Twins getting the better of that advantage. We'll also take a look at how Adalberto Mejia settled in after 4 innings. We'll bring you inside the clubhouse to hear from our manager, Paul Mauder. And when the game is over, make sure you head to the Fox Sports North Facebook page. There you're going to find our Twins final pitch. We'll recap the double dip in the series here, and we'll preview the big series that starts tomorrow night in Baltimore, gentlemen.
All right, thank you, Kev. Twins in front here, 8-4, hitting in the bottom of the 8th. Ray Adrianza has had a really good game too. Kepler's kind of stolen the thunder here in this game, but Adrianza's played well in the field. He's reached 3 times, 2 hits, a walk. He scored 2 runs.
Yeah, he's really been setting the table for those guys.
Chip down the right field line. Soler with a long run. Hosmer with a long run. That is just foul by about a foot.
Man, that was almost fair. They all gave up on it. But he's been setting the table for guys. Let's see. Oh, man, that's got to be caught. What do I know, though?
Wood is the new Kansas City pitcher. And Soler's desired because of his offensive potential. I don't think there are any illusions that he's going to be a good defender.
Well, he has a lot of power, too. There's a lot of power. I know the Cubs, they really like him over there and has some tools, just hadn't put it all together yet.
Fouled back. Twins leave after the ball game to go to Baltimore. The Royals go after the game to New York.
2 rainy cities. They have
Nearly hit him 3-2.
I think Baltimore and New York going to get hit with some rain, right?
That's what they're saying. It's to right. Soler will come in and make the catch. 1 away. Twins still have a to be announced, and that'll probably be announced right after the game in terms of who's starting the opener tomorrow in Baltimore. And then Irvin Santana and Jose Barrios.
Ubaldo Jimenez, right?
Yep, they'll face Jimenez, Dylan Bundy, and Chris Tillman. So Jimenez has struggled, of course, again, but Bundy's been awfully good. Tillman is a veteran who's been very good for the Orioles.
Just coming off the disabled list a couple weeks ago.
Paul Molitor and the Twins, if they hang on and win this game, they will go into Baltimore percentage points ahead of Cleveland in the American League Central. On the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Dozier with an RBI double, a walk to start the game. He scored on Grossman's home run, part of a 4-run first inning. Popped up. It's back and out of play. And the Twins come right back home after Baltimore. There's an off day on Thursday. At least that's the hope. If we have weather issues in Baltimore, both teams have an off day on Thursday. So there's a potential for the Twins to hold over in Baltimore another day to get another game in.
All right, Doppler Dick.
Hey, I'm so conditioned to believe that there's going to be some weather interruptions here. This has not been a very good way to start the season. And that was going to be my nickname. You know, my other desire is I want to do a weather forecast at some point.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And then I was going to be, my nickname was going to be Doppler Dick.
But I actually heard that you do it every game.
Talk about the weather?
Yeah. They call you Doppler Dick and you just don't even know it.
Since we moved outdoors, yeah. Spent a lot of time talking about the weather.
You can't talk about the weather in the dome, huh?
No. Never knew what it was.
70 degrees, no matter what. Remember Bob Casey always said 70 degrees.
2-2 to Dozier with one gone. Sharply hit to the gap. Driving it hard for an extra base hit. It'll be his second double of the ball game.
And when you see Doge going to right center, you know he's on fire. He's more of a pull guy, and for him to hit the ball at all fields, he's feeling pretty good. All it took was a bloop in the first game. He blooped the ball to right center earlier, built his confidence up. Now he's standing on the ball. That pitch is middle away, a fastball from a lefty, and he shot that to right center. So that shows that he's standing on the ball. Thought he came up lame, but
sometimes you see him run, and I still think that ankle's bothering him a little bit. The left ankle that kind of buckled a week and a half ago. Outside to Grossman. 2-run homer in the first, and a couple of foul outs and single have followed.
He has an ankle issue?
He turned it charging on a ground ball a couple weeks ago.
Thanks, Dr. Dick.
You're just trying to dig it deeper and deeper for me all the time here.
Because you tried to sell me a coat for $1,500 and then turned around and tried to sell me gloves for $1,500. But that don't even go together.
I was going to throw the coat in if you bought the gloves, and the gloves in if you bought the coat. 3-0. Sano on deck.
Dick, be honest. The most fun you've had in a long time.
This has been good. This has been good. I've enjoyed working with you. And Grossman takes a walk. That'll put 2 aboard for Sano.
Oh, we can use 2 or 3 more runs for insurance.
Sano has already driven in 18 runs against the Royals this year. This is just the 8th game.
We need insurance, so we need to call. So no, be like Geico. Let's go, baby.
Dozier at second with the 1-out double. Grossman filling first base. Ball 1.
I mean, it's not a situation where you pitch around him. You have to come after him. It's 8-4. There's no base open. You have to throw a strike right here.
Ryan Blackney started toward the mound. Terra wrapped up his meeting, and here we go. 1-0 to Sano.
I doubt if he get a fastball, but I'm pretty sure he's going to get some kind of off speed.
And a strike, 1-1.
Well, that was a strike on me because I was thinking opposite. Usually 1-1. I told you even counts as off speed count. You know what? I quit.
I'm going to say, if you were as much of a guess hitter as you are a guess announcer, you'd have batted about 150.
Ah, man. It's terrible. Charles Barkley, terrible.
1-2 to Miguel Sano. And Sano strikes out for out number 2.
That was at off speed that I was talking about, but
Third strikeout for Sano.
kept that pitch down, and you know he set him up with those fastballs. He threw hard fastball away, and then played off that last fastball down, and played off that and threw a changeup. Kind of deceived him a little bit.
Kepler taking a strike. A 2-run home run in the first, giving the Twins their first lead. A walk, a stolen base, a run scored in the 7th, and a couple of really nice plays in center field. He got the start in center in place of Byron Buxton. Lifted to left. And Bonifacio coming in late, and nearly overran it, juggled a little bit. Twins are done in the 8th. They'll take a 4-run lead to the 9th.
Wow.
Working with the Gold Glover, Torrey Hunter, we've seen a zinc glove out in left field. Max Kepler's done awfully well in the outfield, and now with a 4-run lead, Kepler moves over to right, and Byron Buxton takes over in center. And Brandon Kintzler comes in a non-save situation. He'll be facing Bonifacio, Soler, and Cuthbert.
I think it's one of those times where you just got to get your closer some work in, and it's the last game of a series, and you know, let him get out there and get some work in, and maybe spot his fastball a little bit, throw a little more, and keep it down, and get ready for Baltimore.
With the challenge being here in the short term, keep the Kansas City bench on the bench. There's some power there, Moustakas and Moss. And Ned Yost, as he's working through the bottom of the order here, would love to have the chance to send one or both of those guys up if it means something. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
Instead, he was fooled. He must have been looking for a fastball.
Bonifacio 1 for 3. Soler 1 for 2.
That pitch had to be nasty. Wow. He thought it was a fastball. I think he was cheating.
Missed inside, 1-2.
Yeah, that was more of a PlayStation slider. That previous pitch. Jeff Nelson with Seattle, he was with the Yankees as well. He threw me sliders all the time like that. Back then it was a neat Nintendo.
Now it's PlayStation.
Now it's PlayStation. Or Xbox 360, but I would always call it a Nintendo slider with Jeff Nelson. He was filthy.
He's crossed over to the dark side too. He does some broadcast work, right?
Yeah, he's doing broadcast. He's doing more radio. I think tune in.
Okay.
And I think he worked with LaTroy a couple times.
Yeah. 1-2 to Bonifacio. Tapper to short. Adrianza. One away.
Adrianza's been making some plays today. He's been all over the place. He and Kepler, man, has done some good work today. There he is, staying with the ball.
They're players, particularly in the infield, where you watch them for a short period of time and you can tell that they want the ball hit to them.
Yeah, and he's
one of them.
Yeah, definitely. He's one of the guys. He has a great glove. Even with San Francisco, I remember watching him. He had a great glove. And
this is a foul ball up the line.
Anybody that plays great defense want the ball to hit to them.
You just notice it more in the infield because they're playing hops and all that.
Even in the outfield, it's like, hey, hit it to me. And you know, I'm pretty sure Buxton and Wade Kepler's playing right now, and Rosario, these guys want to run balls down, and you got the shortstop right there who wants that ball as well. Some guys don't want the ball hit to them at all. They're like, please don't hit it to me. Don't hit it to me. Don't hit it to me.
I think we've seen some of those guys play in a Twins uniform too.
Yes.
1-1 to Soler. 2-1.
I just got a text again from LaTroy. He said you charged him $1,000 for it.
I offered to hit the coat and the gloves for $1,000.
Yeah, you're definitely a price gouger.
It's a foul ball. In any case, I'm glad I didn't sell it because I'm going to take it to Baltimore where I'm going to need it there.
Yep. I wasn't going to buy it anyway. $200, final offer.
No sale. Maybe after the road trip. 2-2 to Soler. Cuthbert will follow. The outside corner.
That was a good pitch. Wow. That slider is really biting right now. This is how you come in and get some work done. 94, 93, 94 two-seamers, man, they're breaking like crazy and then finishes with the slider. His ball's like a wiffle ball. It's moving all over the place.
Foul back.
Whenever you can manipulate the ball, like, you know, Greg Maddux was really good at that, throwing balls outside, freezes the batter, and the ball comes back. You give up on the ball, you know, in the outside corner, and it comes back down the middle. And that's what Maddux was so good, man. And looked like Kinsler has that touch too.
1-1. Obviously not a save situation because it's a 4-run lead, but a chance to finish off a Twins win. 1 out away. And of course, the fewer pitches he needs tonight to wrap things up would make him more available for the Baltimore series.
Yeah. Not a pressure situation, so he can come in and throw strikes and work on his craft a little bit.
Little pop up, and it'll barely clear the Kansas City dugout. 2-2. All in all, I think you'd have to say that the Twins survived a really tough situation here in this homestand. 2 doubleheaders just a few days apart. The Twins got at least 7 innings out of work from 3 of the 4 starters. That's pretty good.
And when you can split doubleheaders is always good. Oh my goodness, back. That's the 2-seamer I was talking about. Ball freezes you.
Wasn't a split doubleheader in terms of time, but it was a split doubleheader with Kansas City winning the first and the Twins winning the nightcap.
Great job by Kinsler, man. That was awesome.
Tom Hanneman, it's a long day of baseball, but it's come to a close, and the Twins end up splitting their second doubleheader of this homestand.
All in all, Dick, an encouraging afternoon for the Twins, especially in Game 2. Coming up on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink, we'll talk about the home run derby that went on here at Target Field. Mejia settled in after 4. An encouraging day for him. We'll hear from Paul Molitor and look ahead to Baltimore